Alright, here's our next little project we're going to mess with. Got this old axe. Pretty decent shape. It's not too bad. It's rusted pretty good. Couldn't really find a name on it. Once we get it in the sandblaster, maybe we'll be able to tell. But the guys, this is kind of what they come up with. They want to do a Batman. So what I'm going to do is finish cutting this thing out. And then I'll probably just go ahead and cut it out before I sandblast it. And we'll see what it looks like. Kind of excited about this one. Still have a hard time doing stuff. My coordination still ain't all there. I might be able to handle this. Kind of hard picking out projects right now, what we're going to do. I still can't vibrate my head too much, and I can't shoot or do nothing like that. So we have a whole bunch of pew stuff we're getting ready to do. But I'm not able to do it. I'll go over there, and I don't care for them shooting, but I physically can't do it right yet. Still got the left side of my head still going numb, so still dealing with stuff. It's all good. I'm upright. It's better than the alternative. This makes it rough, kind of aggravating sometimes. Just out of the blue, man, you can fall over. So thank every day that you got. Thank the good Lord for giving them to you. Just remember, when you get dumb people in your life, get rid of them. When they start giving you grief, jobs, or whatever, just don't put up with it. Life is too short. Be thankful for the people that love you and care about you, and piss on the rest of them. Oh, all right, there we go. So let's get the cutter out now and see what happens. Almost got it roughed in. Just need to hit this part right here. And then we get to move on to details and get everything right. Just trying to get the bulk of the material out of there right now. So, looking pretty good. Gonna be pretty freaking sweet. Yeah, it's taking shape. Kind of a hard way to do it there. Let's see if we can get you in a little closer. You can see it. That's what makes it fun. Yes, sir. Slowly but surely, it's a coming. Get it roughed in. And take it over on the sander. Get all the nice arches and stuff kind of done. Just kind of getting some bulk crap out of the way right now. I think it'll be just fine. Was a little bit not symmetrical. I'm gonna try to build this up just a little bit and get it to where it's a little more even coming across. It's not much, maybe an 1/8 inch or something. I'm just gonna try it and see if it'll work. I'm not a welder, so it's ought to be interesting. Sweet. Should work better than I thought it would. Not too shabby. Now, I'm going to lay it out the rest of the way. Try to make it a little bit more symmetric. It's off some. I mean, it was an old axe and it had been ground, so I think I'm going to need to add a little bit right here just to get this up. Maybe a little bit on that ear, and then I'll probably just cut it down from there. I'm not going to add a whole lot, but it don't have to be perfect. It's just try to make it a little better. Yeah, I think it is a little bit lower right here, so I'll add a little bit on that spot, but you can see what I'm doing. Yeah. We about got her roughed in, and I'm gonna still got quite a bit of sanding to do on here and getting my edges and all that done. I gotta heat treat it, paint it, all that good stuff. But I thought I'd go ahead and start on the handle. That way I can let it cure out and dry, because I'm gonna do like a battle worn. We're gonna do black and yellow since we're gonna do the head black and trim it in yellow. I figured we'd do the same with the handle. It's gonna be mostly black with just a little bit of yellow popping through. But that's kind of where we're at. I'm just gonna take and rough this guy up. I've kind of got it to where it'll slide down in the hole there, and then I can cut it to fit a little bit better as we get closer. I'll bring it all the way down, and this double axe, I ended up ordering the 28-inch axe handle. They had a 36, which is going to be too big for this guy. I just didn't want a 36. But when you went with the 28, this part right here is not as wide. So I'm going to have a little bit of filling, and I'll show you how I do that here after I get it going. But I'm just going to rough it up and then do a quick coat of black, let it hang up. It's kind of got like a shellac on it, and I'm just going to take that off and just kind of get it roughed in. And I mean, we'll have to redo it, I'm sure, but just start to get the black showing through. All right, what we got here, you can see it real good. Nice bright yellow. That's going to be our base coat, and we'll sand it down. It's kind of bubbling up. Lacquer or something on it. Changing temperatures. Need to get a good thick base coat, and then we'll do the black and sand it, make it give the battle worn look, which will look pretty freaking cool. It's gonna be pretty cool. And it's humid as heck out here. Got a whole bunch of coats. We got this cut down. Now we're gonna do a little bit of the black. So we want very little yellow coming through. So got a lot of the alcohol using this. Gonna do a couple of test spots. I don't know how good it's gonna adhere with alcohol and the amount of paint. I'll probably end up daubing it like I did the last one. I kind of like doing that. I kind of like that. A little bit of yellow. The black definitely tones it down. I'll probably let that dry and I'll hit it again just to I think I'm gonna like that. I might go over it again. I'm gonna let it dry. See how it comes out. Kind of like that. Yep, I like it. I'm gonna let that dry and see how it looks at the end. I think we're about ready to wrap this up. We did the high heat, and it did really well. It still sounds like metal. This stuff here is like a latex coating. I literally could cut it off of it with a knife. Did not like how this worked good. So this turned out really nice. We are about done. All right, what we did here, painted the black. I thought I had the thing on these dang. I've got the Hero 8 GoPro, and it's garbage. If you leave the battery in this thing, it will actually drain out, even though it's off. And I didn't put a new one in it. I hit record and started spraying and wiping, and evidently it went dead. So, but basically all I did, I'll show you here real quick, super easy, just using regular alcohol. I just pour a little bit on here, get her good and wet, and I've already let this dry, so if you see it, it won't rub off. You'll have to sand it, but you take and just spray a little bit on, and you can take and just wipe her down, and it will bring off some of the other, which is pretty dang cool. And we want this mostly black, so I'm gonna keep it nice and dark. Dry it off real quick. We'll hit her again. We want just a little bit of yellow coming through. Not a whole lot. Let her set just for a second. A little bit more alcohol on here. We'll wipe it off. Not worried about this part down here. I don't know if you can see it. But this is gonna, I'm actually gonna put a wrap on this one. I ordered a special one, found it on Amazon. It's pretty dang cool. I'll let you see it when I get it. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. It's pretty dang neat. Yeah, I think I want this a little bit darker. Just keep playing with it. You kind of get the right look. You can always sand it down too if you need to, and let the yellow show through that way. I actually like the look better like this. Some wind on that one. Might end up having to sand it. Nah, it'll come off. There we go. We get done, we'll shellac this thing real good and get all this stuff off and make her look good. Yeehaw. I think that looks pretty good. It's hard to tell right there where you're looking at, but for what we're going for, I think it's going to go pretty good. I'll see if I can't get just a little bit of bright here and there. think that's it for now, guys. There, so you kind of see what we're doing. It's just going to take forever. I'll have a couple hours per side. I'm sure you can still see where we moved it out. We'll get rid of all that. I think it's going to look pretty dang good, though. Not bad. Just several more hours left. Get back to it. All right, I'm going to kind of show you what I'm trying. I've got the old rigid compressor here, and we run some PEX up into an old water tank. Then we actually run it, split it. We have air going over to our CNC on the back side, but I had the guys put in a port over here so we can have access to air. And what I'm doing now is using it to sand. Let me get y'all set up here. And some air tools, and I'm kind of torn, and I'll show you why here. I can polish this thing up like this, make it nice and polished. Very few, as old as this whole thing is, it's got very few imperfections. Just nice and shiny. Doesn't really matter, but got it more for the looks. Now this thing, I'm going with the battle worn, and we have some grinding marks in it. And I mean, I can get most everything out. I can even fill this in and sand and get it all perfect. Kind of can see it on this side. I'm kind of wanting to leave some of these, and then when I paint it black, like if you see right here, I think you can see it, like little bitty imperfections that are going to show through. And I think it's going to kind of give that battle worn. It's going to be mostly smooth, but it will have a little bit, and I kind of want that. I mean, I think it's going to make it look more used instead of just something that was hung on a wall somewhere. So I am going to start sanding here. Don't. Yeah, I talked to the guys that work here. They kind of like it with a little bit of scratchiness into it, and said nothing Batman had would be straight up clean without battle scars. So that's what we're going to go with. I'm going to leave a little bit of imperfections in it. We could easily get them out, but I'm kind of glad I don't have to mess with it. I think it'll look better that way anyway. All right, what I'm going to do is get the edges ready. I'm going to do the blue dicum. Then I'm going to score it, and then that's how far I'm going to take the edge back. That'll kind of just give me a little bit of a line to go off of. I'll probably end up doing most of this by hand, or just with a file. little scribe that I made. It's another video if you want to go check it out. It's pretty easy, but this thing's pretty handy too. So all I'm going to do is just kind of run this thing around. Let's see it put a nice line right there. I don't know if you can see it. We got everything set up. We're going to go ahead and do the heat treat. See how this works. Kind of show you what I've done. Got this in there, and I've tried to make it to where it's not touching anything. I don't know if you can see that real good, but I'm gonna go ahead and light her up and get it to go here. Getting red. There's your Batman. Pretty freaking cool. Cleaned up, and now we're gonna put some black just to kind of get started on the covering. I'm not gonna hit it real hard. Axe head ready here, and it kind of dug in right here. I mean, I just kind of barely sanded it. I didn't try to actually make it fit. And I'm just going to take the Dremel and kind of shave it down some. And that's pretty much it. Gotta do the other side, and then we'll start doing her test fits and start getting her ready. There you go. And I'm just kind of routing this out. Now, if I pound this on and get it down in there, you're not going to see this side right here, which I want you to see because that's going to be yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a good fit, and then I'm going to kind of scrub like a 1/4 inch around it, and then kind of taper it down. Got this, and it's pretty much dry. I'm going to let it cure out though overnight. I've got him taped up. Going to do the bright yellow, going over it now to kind of blend in with this. And I'll show you what it is when we get done. Alright, got the first coat on. Not too bad. We'll let that dry up and we'll get a second coat on. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Alright, time to start assembling. Got everything kind of ready. Once I get it done, I am going to put this on for the wrap. I've got it cut and taped. I'll take it off after I kind of get everything else together. Got the yellow all the way around, and we'll do the touch up and everything and take the tape off once we get the wedge put in. So, and then we've got Automotive Enamel. This is what we're going to spray everything with because it makes it pretty hard. I might end up having to sand just a little bit of this off. We will see how tight it's going to be. Nope, that fit pretty good. So that's what we're looking at. Nice. Nice. All right, we got this beat in. Looks pretty decent. Once this kind of dries, I'm going to cut this off. Real happy with that. Probably going to paint the ends of this one black, the ends of the actual handle, and then paint the wedge the yellow. Take off all the stuff and then start on the wrap and a little bit of fill in, and yeah, we're pretty much done. I'm liking it. A little bit more cleanup and just about ready. Yeehaw. Alright, doing the Automotive Enamel. And I'm just going to hit it with a nice light little light coat. Kind of the first coat. Yay. Looking good. You know, the funny thing is I'm putting all these coats on here to make it hard and tough and durable and all that, and this thing will be like all my guns. It'll be a safe queen, except it'll be a wall queen. It'll be hanging up. Speaking of which, I need to make brackets. Get rid of all these things and get them hung up and get them, I don't know where I'll put them, probably up in here somewheres. The old pew shop's fixing to go wide open. Depending on how the health does, we're kind of dealing with other people doing a lot of the stuff right now. Just the heat. just makes it tough. Have a hard time breathing, still dealing with the head. Gained a lot of weight, so I don't know if the weight issue is kind of what I'm dealing with, and I think that's more of what I'm dealing with. But I'm liking to staying at the shop right now for a while, kind of going through a bunch of stuff up here. Kind of got one whole area cleaned out and getting ready to set up some other stuff, and got a couple of real cool projects I can't wait to show y'all. The Joker gun that we did in a previous episode, we've actually got a violin case, like a 1920 violin case, and I've got either it's like a 1919 Colt 25. Probably gonna make some kind of a bracket that goes up in your sleeve, something like the Joker would have. But then he also has that real long one in Heritage, or not Heritage, Harrogate. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, they make one that's got like a 16-inch barrel on it. It's a 22 revolver. And the Joker actually has one kind of like that, and it says "Bang" on it. And like when he pulls the trigger, instead of it having one come out. Not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with it yet, but we are going to be doing something like that soon after this guy is done. I'll probably do a couple of quick little videos on some other items, and then we actually have the I don't know, we get things too long of a video already, but let me go over here and show you something. We have the smelter, and I have a couple of crucibles already for this thing, but I don't have the actual tongs to reach down in there and pull out the crucibles. And then the other one, it takes two, I'm pretty sure, to actually pour it into the molds to make the ingots out of it. I've got a ton of copper. Us being electricians and heat and air guys, we've got bukus of it everywhere you turn around. We got copper and aluminum. This is all stuff to be scrapped out. Probably got 100 dang motors over there to be scrapped out. And then we also have, let's see if I can get back here, a bunch of this stuff. There's probably 80 to 100 pounds of this right here. So that's a lot of weight. And then I actually got some more of this next door too. So, kind of looking forward to smelting. I think that's going to be kind of fun. And we got the new lathe coming too, so that's going to be nice.